Hey guys, Javier here with the real Javier Novoa. It is August 10th, Sunday, 2025. And guys, a lot of what we've done and will continue to do on this channel has been explanations, has been an exposition of the theories of interiorism. And we've also had some practical stuff, but I want to go into, for the rest of this year, more practical workshops. I want to put this into practice, guys, more. And I actually want to have real-time experiments. So there are a few experiments that I'm doing in my life, and we're going to be sharing the results of those very, very soon. They're exciting, and I just want to get more data. I want to get more people into this, because a pattern that we've seen in all self-development and self-help is that you can go down this rabbit hole of looking for the next video. Oh, this video is going to really explain it to me and really bring it home to me. Oh, go to this next seminar, to the new seminar. This seminar is what's going to really move the needle for me. Even coaching calls, which we do and will continue to do, people say, well, I'm going to go to this coach and this is what's going to solve it for me. When the only thing that's going to solve it for you guys is that light within, that God within. And you have to learn to experience it, to know that you're in it. The Buddha said, be a light unto yourself. And of course, Jesus said, let your light shine onto the world. It's your light, and it's within you. No one on the outer is going to be able to show that to you, even me. And while it's beautiful and fun to go into the mechanics of why this works, it's proven in physics, it's proven in science, it's proven in psychology, and we'll continue going into the theory of it. I want to have at least once a week, a few times a month, videos where we actually go and do it. And some people make this difficult. Probably the best modalities out there for actually going into meditation and quieting your mind enough to get into that alpha wave is Joe Dispenza. And you will lead up to meditating for hours. I sometimes meditate for hours, not because I'm trying to get something, but because I love doing it, guys. And you'll lead up to that. But for the single mother who just found out that she's had a scary diagnosis and doesn't know how she's going to take care of her kids, for the person getting evicted from their home, for the person who just lost their job, guys, or who got a scary diagnosis, if they haven't practiced themselves into meditation, they're not going to take the material of Joe Dispenza for the most part and be able to sustainably practice that. The good news is that if you are the divine, if you're one with the divine, do you really have to meditate for an hour? It's beautiful to do it, and you'll go into deep theta states. You'll go into relaxation, and your abilities to manifest will just be power punched. But it is not necessary, guys. Just like a kind and loving father wouldn't tell their child, the child says, Dad, I'm hungry. And as Jesus said, which of you, if your son asked for bread, would give him a serpent? The father wouldn't go and say, well, you didn't meditate long enough this morning, so I'm not going to give you food. No, the father will provide that need and that wish immediately. And the Father within you will provide the need and the wish immediately. And so many times on this channel, we've explained the fact that if you're trying to get something on the outer, you won't be able to do it. So the secret is to simply visualize it and to get into the state of your wish fulfilled, of what you want, of your desire. Get into the state of that and don't care about what happens on the outer. The paradox of this, there's always two sides to the coin, is that you are able to manifest things, and it is like a skill. You will get better by practice. And that's why I wanted to go into this video. And it's called How to Manifest $100. And of course, $100 doesn't seem like much. For some of you, it's enough to actually get you intrigued. Who wouldn't want an extra $100, right? So what we're going to do in this meditation, we're actually going to put this to the test. And in fact, I want you those of you who are doing this and practicing this, to tell me in the comments, did it work? How did it work? I want to start testing this out. I'm going to do it for me too. I'm going to manifest the $100, and I want to show you how it worked out. Of course, the rules are, guys, do not put a time frame or a time limit on it, and do not ask yourself how you're going to do it. And it's going to blow your mind. And so for the question of, why would we do this, such a small thing, such a small amount of money, when you could manifest anything? And Neville explains it to us. And I just wanted to read a little bit from Neville's great book, The Law and the Promise. And there's a chapter in this book called Trivialities. And basically in this chapter on trivialities, he talks about how to manifest things that are small just so that you can prove it to yourself. And I'm trying to find this chapter here. This is all trivia. So Blake said, and Neville Goddard quotes Blake, he says, general knowledge is remote knowledge. It is in particulars that wisdom consists, and happiness too. So guys, you might have watched 1,000 manifestation videos and philosophy videos, self-help videos. I know I have over the years. But have you put it into practice? Maybe you're trying to use it on something huge, and therefore that's stopping you from using it. How about using it on $100? And that's where Blake said, when you put it into particulars, when it actually works for you, that's when it becomes wisdom, because you see how it works and why it works. Because you see the chain of causality. Now, we're not manifesting a stick of gum, guys, because why would we waste our time on a stick of gum? That could be fun, but I want to go for something a little bit bigger. $10, maybe, depends on who you are. $100 is just that sweet spot, and we're going to work our way up here, guys. We're going to do $100 and $1,000. Then we're going to do $10,000. I want you to manifest $100 and show yourself how easy it is. And you have to be open to the way it comes to you. So I don't want you to say, oh, I want it outside of my job. Just say, I'm getting an extra $100 that I would not have gotten otherwise, and that I don't know where it's coming from, and then be open to wherever it comes from. Your Uncle Frank could call you and say, hey, I just sent you $100. Be open to how it comes. That way the universe can deliver it to you through your path of least resistance. So Neville says, life on this earth is a kindergarten for image making. The bigness or littleness of the object to be created is not in itself important. The great and golden rule of art, as well as of life, said Blake, is this: the more distinct, sharp, and wiry the bounding line, the more perfect the work of art. And the less keen and sharp, the greater is the evidence of weak imitation. What is it that builds a house and plants a garden but the definite determinant? Leave out this line, and you leave out life itself. So be definite, guys. $100 is a good, definite boundary. Doesn't matter how large or how small this is. So I just want to tell this little story that Neville tells us, then we'll jump right into this. A lady wrote him about this triviality thing, and she says, as you know, through your teaching and through my practice of that teaching, I've completely changed myself and my life. 2 weeks ago, when you spoke of toys, I realized I've never used my imagination for getting of things, and I decided it would be fun to try it. Many people say, well, things are worldly, things are not spiritual. Guys, getting things is the most spiritual thing you can do, as long as you don't make it about the thing. You make it all about you. As Blake said, it doesn't matter what material you're using it on, whether it's a stick of gum, whether it's $100. What matters is the change that's happening within. You're dying to the old man, as we've talked about in many videos, and you're resurrecting to that new man, and finally you ascend. That was a beautiful day. But she says, you told of a young woman who was given a hat by merely wearing that hat in her imagination. The last thing on earth I needed was a hat, but I wanted to test my imagination for this getting of things. So I selected a hat pictured in a fashion magazine. I cut the picture out and stuck it on the mirror of my dressing table. I studied the picture carefully. Then I shut my eyes in my imagination. I put that hat on my head and wore it as I walked out of the house. I did this just once. The following week, I met some friends for luncheon, and one of them was wearing the hat. We all admired it. The very next day, I received a parcel by a special delivery messenger. The hat was in the parcel. The friend who had worn it the day before, sent the hat to me with a note saying she did not particularly care for the hat and did not know why she had bought it in the first place. But for some reason she thought it would look well on me and would I please accept it. So she got that hat, guys. So anything trivial is fine, because again, it doesn't matter what you're using it on. And this is something that you can like exercise this muscle of manifesting and visualizing. I hope you understand me just a little bit. Also, I was going to read the passage from Boris Berezovsky talking about how to do this, and he said if you're a poor teacher, do not set yourself the goal of making $1 million this year, but just develop this muscle by increasing your income. So just by a little bit, just by a percentage. And he says if you're a poor teacher and ask for $1 million, this is Boris Berezovsky, the great Russian billionaire in How to Earn a Fortune, I will bet my life that you will fail. This is tantamount to the untrained athlete setting the goal of becoming a world champion. Now, for those who are advanced practitioners of interiorism, you know that you cannot fail. It doesn't matter because you're not looking to the outward anyway, and then once you attain that state, the outward will show itself in that light. But for those of you who want to practice your muscles, again, this is a good technique to do, starting small. He says, it is necessary to understand that even though there's nothing impossible for the universe, sometimes even the poor win $1 million in the lottery. And as you understand, this is not without reason. There's still much that is impossible for you. Be realistic. Plan to increase your income in the next year to have room to maneuver by no more than 20% initially. And he goes on. Again, I don't like this, guys, because we know in interiorism that you can actually jump to the end and jump to actually having that $1 billion right now and live in that. But for fun and for practicing, I want to do this. So I want to jump right into this, guys. How to do this. There's a very powerful, sharp sword in your arsenal. And this is going to be somewhat of a sword drill. That sword is actually a coin. It is called the coin of heaven. And this coin consists of speech and thought. Two sides of the same coin. It is your imagination. And imagination is Christ. Jesus Christ in the scriptures is your imagination. If you wish to call it the messenger, that is your imagination. By using this sword of talk and imagination, you can reach any desire that you wish in this world. Now, you don't have to do anything. As Neville said, you could do it standing at a bar, and it's fun to do it. You just simply imagine what you wish, but it's much more powerful and you will feel it much more real, and it will come to you much faster as a result of that. If you can get into what scientists call alpha brainwaves. If you can get into theta, which is a deeper sense of awareness that many people reach in deep meditation, that's even more powerful. It almost just manifests immediately in the outer world. Of course, it's always immediate in your imagination. But all that need be is that you just get to alpha, and that's just a relaxed state of mind where your analytical and rational mind is very, very quiet or completely turned off. And there are easy ways to get to alpha, guys. One easy way is to meditate for 15-20 minutes, and you'll get there pretty quick. An even quicker way is to take deep breaths, guys. You can do 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out, and you can do that for like 2 minutes. There's an even quicker way, and it was discovered by the great Silva of the Silva method from Laredo, Texas, who have this method. It's a very quick way. And it was also developed by Eastern monks. And that is to look up on the horizon like this. Just raise your eyelids and close your eyes. And it almost immediately takes you there. And we're looking for the quickest way to get there, guys, because again, this doesn't take time. Time itself is a human construct. This does not take time, it takes a decision. So, let's do this right now. We're going to envision our $100. So just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in, and then take a deep breath out. Now close your eyes and just look up to the horizon. You are now in alpha waves. As this alpha wave that's going to carry you, transport you to everything that you want, and you always have access to this. You are it. You are alpha. As you breathe in, allow your whole body to just relax. And as you breathe out, allow your mind to relax. Keep just looking gently to the horizon. Now you can just look normal with your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. Now what I want you to do is I want you to envision yourself in a beautiful sacred space. This is going to be your space, your safe space, where you can go anytime, and it's created all in your imagination. So it could be a beach, could be a beautiful safe place in nature by a spring or a fountain. It could be a room or a temple. Imagine a beautiful, luxurious room where you're just seated on a meditation mat or in an easy chair. And this is your safe space. And the more you immerse yourself in this safe space, the more it becomes a part of you, and you can go into it immediately. So, if you're in a stressful situation at work, if you're listening to somebody talking about something boring, you won't even need to close your eyes. You'll just immediately be transported to this beautiful space that you've created for yourself. And everything's perfect in this space. The temperature's perfect. The sights are perfect. It smells beautiful. Perhaps you can detect the smell of incense or perfume. Or if you're in nature, you can detect the beautiful smell of herbs or oak, wood, sandalwood. If you're on the beach, you can smell the salt air. I just want you to immerse yourself in this and to enjoy it. Now I want you to imagine a pool. It's sort of like a baptismal pool or a small swimming pool of beautiful clear water. And this is the pool of Siloam in the Bible. It's the pool where the angel disturbs the waters. And then when you get into that water, you touch that water, you're healed. This is a powerful symbol. Now I want you to walk to that. And I want you to just get into that pool and immerse yourself like a baptism. And the waters of this pool say, anything that you want, I am it. And you tell it, $100. And remember, in the scripture, in Malachi, the Lord said, test me, that I may pour upon you a blessing that is so great that you will not even have the capacity to receive it. But right now, you're just focused on $100. You feel completely at peace. Now what I want you to do, you're in this pool, mentally transport yourself to just a few minutes after you receive this $100. I don't want you to think about how you received it. I don't even really want you to think about how you saw it. You might see it as numbers in your bank account. You might actually see the bill in your wallet. That's fine too, but I don't even want you to think about that. I want you to transport yourself to after you saw it, to after you received the $100. And say, I just received this $100. And I know that I created it in my mind because I did a visualization with Javier on it. And feel what it would feel like, guys. Now you're probably not going to feel jumping up and down joy, and that's good, because that means that it's already normal to you. You're probably just going to feel a calm certainty, a knowing. Now, some of you may feel some anxiety, and that's perfectly fine too. Just observe that anxiety, and then put yourself back into that image. You're in this place. I just received $100 extra. Thank you. Thank you. Now, think about what you're going to do with the $100. This is an extra $100 that is not within my normal scope of income, so I can do whatever I want with this $100. I could go out to dinner. This is $100 for me. I can save it. I can invest it. Now say thank you. The $100 is mine. Now return back to that pool. You're in that pool of Siloam. And the pool says, this is yours. This has happened in the past. You're remembering this. Now just enjoy swimming in that pool for a second. And remember, whenever I want anything, I just return to this pool. Now see yourself back in your safe space, in your safe place, in your sacred place. And enjoy that for you. Now you can open your eyes in your own time. And we're back. And that's it, guys. It's that easy. It doesn't take time. And this $100 is of certainty going to appear in your life, no matter what you do. So don't try to do anything. Don't try to have it come. Just keep your eyes open And I promise you, you're going to see signs of it all around. So do comment how this worked for you, what paths it took, because it could take any paths. We're going to be doing more and more of this. So thank you for joining me for this. It's been very powerful. Until very soon, guys, with much love and appreciation. Have a great week.